everybody, welcome to Spindles Workshop. My name's Louie. I got this antique style pepper grinder. It's pretty cool. It's all cast and it's got some metal gears in here. It's got the little adjuster to adjust the size of the grind that you make. And I got this beautiful piece of macadamia from a viewer, Rick. Thank you so much, Rick. It's got some cool little patterns in it. It's a heavy chunk. And I'm gonna go ahead and use this to make the base. It should be really pretty, I hope, if I do it right. So if you have any interest in seeing me make this, stick around and we'll get right into it. First thing I'm gonna do is try to find the center. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is try to just get it to round. I'm going to use my roughing gouge. We'll see how that works. This seems pretty hard. So let's go ahead and get it to round. So this is close enough to round now. This wood is beautiful. It's got so much like little textures in here, and wait till you see it sanded up. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to start putting a tenon on here so I could flip it over and put it in my chuck. Then we could, you know, start putting some shape on it or whatever. So let's get that done. All right, I have this turned around in the chuck. It's pretty true there, very true. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give it this kind of a shape, I guess. I just wanna give it like a wider base, just to, so you can stand it up easily. So I'll come in and then maybe give it a little belly and then have some kind of little design near the top. So this is gonna be the top because I have to drill my holes with stuff, which you'll see later. So I'll start shaping it out. Okay, I think I'm happy with this shape. I sanded it down to 400. I cleaned it off with alcohol, and now I'm gonna apply sanding sealer, let that dry, and then use the Axe abrasive paste and polish because that's food safe, so I'll feel comfortable using that. So let's go ahead and get that done. Okay, I have the outside pretty much done the way I want it. I'm gonna remove the tailstock here. Now I have to get this surface flat as possible so I can start making the holes and stuff to accept the pepper grinder. So let's go ahead and get this flat. All right, I have this off the lathe. I left it on the chuck to keep it centered in case I'm gonna throw it back on the chuck and drill one hole. So the kit gives you this diagram. I marked the center of this when it was on the lathe. I'm going to pick up the center point here. I have to drill 4 holes, 5/16 inch drill bit, about 1/4 inch deep. I might go a little deeper than that because I might end up putting it back and finishing off the top a little differently. These 4 holes are to accept the little legs on here, or whatever you want to call it, tabs on here. So when you drop it in, these tabs will drop into those holes. And so what I'll do is I'll pick up the center, I'll mark these 4 holes, and I'll drill these out on the drill press. Then I'll put it back on the lathe, and I'll cut this part to accept this here, and hopefully it'll drop right in nicely. Hopefully is the key word there. And then I have to do a through hole, 1 inch through hole, to allow the pepper to drop through. So I'm going to go ahead and try to mark this up here. Okay, let's hope that was accurate enough. Let's take it over to the drill press. Okay, I set up my stop for the 1.25 inch. I'm gonna go ahead and start drilling this out. Let's hope that was accurate enough. All right, guys, goof alert. This thing is not a template. Do not use it as a template. Go by the measurements, and you have to draw your own diagram on here. So that's why you see so many holes. These are the correct holes, and these are the holes when I use this as a template. Again, this is not a template. Don't make this same stupid mistake I made. I don't know why they don't just give you a freaking full-size template. But anyway, you got to take these measurements, draw it on there, and then drill your holes. So hopefully I did it good enough. Now we'll proceed with making the indentation to accept the grinder. All right, guys, thank you so much if you made it this far. Here's my pepper mill. It's macadamia nut. Thank you, Rick. It's got the little door to put your pepper in. Grind it. It's got the 1 inch hole in the bottom for the pepper to fall out. It's adjustable, so you could do a fine or a coarser pepper. I think this macadamia wood goes very well with this antique kind of metal looking stuff here. Again, don't use this as a template. Don't make the same mistake I did. This was a PSI Woodworking, the PK Grind -4. If anybody from that company happens to be watching, why don't you just make this a template? Make it so much easier for everybody. I really think it came out nice. I had to do a little bit of carving on the top with the little chisel or whatever to get it to fit in nicely. But all in all, I think it came out really nice. It's got some features in it. I don't know if this is natural to macadamia. I'm not too familiar with it. Or if this was some kind of bugs or something that were in there. It is really beautiful. Thank you guys again. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Look down below. I have links to my Facebook, Instagram, Etsy. My PO box is down there if you want to send me a sticker or something. This was a fun little project. You know, I recommend it. Just, you know, be careful on the top when you measure the top. I'll give you guys some photos. Thank you. Have a great day.